His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa issued Royal Order 23 of 2024, adjourning the second session of the 6th legislative term of the Shura and Representatives Councils as of Wednesday, May 8th. His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa issued Decree 42 of 2024 appointing a permanent representative of the Kingdom of Bahrain to the United Nations office in Geneva, based on the proposal of the Minister of Foreign Affairs and following the approval of the Cabinet. Ambassador Abdullah Abdul-Latif Abdullah shall be appointed as permanent representative of the Kingdom of Bahrain to the United Nations office in Geneva with the title of Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary. On behalf of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa attended the show jumping International Kingdom of Bahrain Stakes for the King's Cup and other competitions in which Bahraini equestrian professionals were among the participants at the Royal Windsor Horse Show. The Royal Windsor Horse Show was held in the presence of His Royal Highness Prince Edward, the Duke of Edinburgh, and with the participation of international equestrian professionals. His Royal Highness highlighted the depth of the strategic Bahrain-UK partnership, which has contributed to grow stronger across a span of more than 200 years. He noted the Kingdom's commitment, led by His Majesty the King, to multi-sectoral collaboration as witnessed in the equestrian sector. He commended the participation of the representative of His Majesty the King for humanitarian work in youth affairs and captain of the Royal Endurance Team, His Highness Sheikh Nasser bin Hamad Al Khalifa. He also commended His Highness's children's participation in the endurance race. His Royal Highness underscored the Kingdom's wide-ranging achievements under the leadership of His Majesty the King. He commended the Kingdom's participation in various competitions at the Royal Windsor Horse Show, which exemplifies the professional level reached by the Kingdom in the equestrian sector, supported by His Majesty the King. His Royal Highness toured the show, where he was briefed on the activities, which included a number of displays and races. He praised the organization of the show and noted the importance as an international event for international equestrian professionals and enthusiasts, noting the event's abundance of activities and competitions. His Royal Highness presented the winners with trophies, congratulating them on their win. His Highness Sheikh Nasser and a number of senior officials also attended the event. On the occasion of adjourning the second session of the 6th legislative term, the Shura Council Chairman Ali Al-Saleh affirmed that His Majesty the King's support of the legislative authority enabled it to perform its legislative role to the fullest. He expressed pride and appreciation to His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister for his support, assistance and follow-up of the Council, which resulted in the fruitful cooperation between the two sides and legislative achievements. Al-Saleh praised the role of the members of the Shura Council in strengthening Bahraini parliamentary diplomacy at the Gulf, Arab and international levels and their keenness to convey an honest image of Bahrain and its achievements. The chairman of the Shura Council, Ali Al-Saleh, chaired the weekly session where the council approved a draft law on medals by regulating the issuance of stripping the holder of the medal in certain cases in which the holder is likely to commit something that is inconsistent with the requirements of respecting the value of the medal awarded to them. The Council also approved a draft law on the Correction and Rehabilitation Institution Law, which aims to emphasize the provision of the best practices and policies in psychological and social terms for inmates and detainees, and to improve the health rate provided to them, with the aim of integrating them into society and achieving a tangible impact on their families and society. The Council then approved a report on the audited financial statements of the Shura Council for the fiscal year ending in December 2023. During his royal message on World Press Freedom Day, His Majesty the King praised the role of the national press and its noble mission in serving the nation in all fields. More in this report.
The effects of climate change pose a real challenge that threatens international peace and stability and the future of humanity. This is what His Majesty the King stressed in his royal message on World Press Freedom Day, which this year carries the theme Journalism for the Planet, Journalism in Confronting the Environmental Crisis. In this regard, His Majesty stressed the centrality of the role of the press in supporting the efforts of countries and governments to achieve global security and stability, especially in the environmental field, through the role of the press in raising local and global awareness by introducing correct information and data and motivating communities to take the initiative to preserve the environment. In his royal message, His Majesty the King referred to the Kingdom of Bahrain's efforts to promote sustainable development and the great interest in environmental issues and preservation through many national initiatives, strategies and plans, including commitment to the Paris Agreement on reducing emissions and launching the National Action Plan to achieve carbon neutrality by 2060, as well as launching the National Energy Strategy and the Climate Technology Fund to preserve the environment and human health. In light of the role of the national press, His Majesty also referred to the efforts of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, his leadership of the government's efforts, and his diligent follow-up on what is being done to preserve the environment and sustain its resources. His Majesty the King stressed his continued support for the press and the national media to pursue interest in environmental issues and to promote messages and content that raise the awareness of the individual and society regarding environmental issues and their impacts, in line with the steps taken by the Kingdom in this vital field to achieve the optimal environment for humanity.
The Minister of Oil and Environment and Special Envoy for Climate Affairs, Dr. Mohammed bin Mbarak bin Dana, participated as a key speaker in the 21st Annual Conference for the Middle East and North Africa under the slogan Paths to Prosperity at the London Business School in the British capital. The Minister delivered a speech during the conference in which he stressed the importance of consolidating environmental principles and adopting studies, creativity and innovation in the areas of green economy and using environmentally friendly technologies in order to achieve sustainable development goals. He stressed the importance of enhancing cooperation and coordination between oil-producing countries to unify efforts and strategic endeavors to enhance energy security, focus on renewable energy resources, and invest in research, development, and training to find appropriate, innovative, and sustainable solutions to enhance the efficiency of energy use practices. He praised the role played by the private sector in strengthening national and international efforts aimed at protecting humans and the environment and achieving development and economic goals. The Minister of Justice, Islamic Affairs and Waqf Nawaf bin Mohammed Al Maouda participated in the ministerial meeting at the 15th session of the Islamic Summit Conference held under the theme Enhancing Unity and Solidarity Through Dialogue for Sustainable Development, held in Gambia. The minister affirmed that Bahrain made remarkable progress towards the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals, in line with the comprehensive development process led by His Majesty the King and Bahrain Economic Vision 2030 that is based on sustainability, competitiveness and justice. He reaffirmed Bahrain's support for Islamic causes, emphasizing solidarity with the Palestinian cause. He underscored the support for the Palestinian people's right to an independent state with East Jerusalem as its capital and full UN membership as a sovereign nation. The National Portal is the first stop for obtaining government information and services easily with high quality and efficiency. It provides information and services through multiple channels through its continuous development of technologies to provide the best levels of performance for government services. More in this report.
The National Portal is an important part of Bahrain's strategic vision, which aims to create a fair and sustainable competitive environment and comes with the aim of raising the efficiency and effectiveness of the government sector by adopting modern technologies in line with international standards and foundations and compatible with the latest practices to improve the experience of obtaining information and government services for citizens, residents, and visitors. During the past years, great progress has been achieved by facilitating access to government services and offering many services that cover all vital sectors in the kingdom to serve individuals and business owners and share important information about strategic plans and projects and statistics on e-government channels. The National Portal is an effective digital tool that ensured equality and alignment with the goals of sustainable development, as it allowed cooperation with government agencies by accurately updating information, providing electronic services in an optimal manner, and measuring user satisfaction in a development process through which it fully committed to the Unified Customer Service document.